We are here with another episode of the Rosette Podcast. Hope you are all well. The return of football means the return of the Rosette Podcast. I'm sorry there was not one last week. I'll be completely honest with you and say there's no football and I really wanted to play zombies all evening. So it just meant that the Rosette Podcast didn't happen. And I thought there's no football, so I don't think that much of a big deal. But this week football has happened. We need to chat about it, and that's just how it is. So we will go to November results. And big news today, before we go into anything, big news today, which we need to talk about, is fans should be allowed back in stadiums. I'm pretty sure that's what's happened today. Fans have been allowed back in stadiums, which is amazing, and football is coming back, so I can actually play it again. And I'm just so happy that all this stuff is happening. So I think it's up to 4,000 for people who are in Tier 1, 2,000 for Tier 2, and not allowed any for Tier 3. I'm not sure what Birmingham will be in. I think people seem to think we're going to be in Tier 3, which is pretty shit. But as long as I can play football, I'm not that bothered about going to games. But I would like to go to a game. But you know what? I don't really care about going to the game until it's a proper until it's a full stadium and that. If it's just 4,000 people there, I'm not really that bothered. I'd rather go to a game where it's like 30,000 people there. Do you know what I mean? But yeah. Anyway, yeah. So that's a big thing that's come out today from Boris and his gang of wankers. So yeah. Anyway, let's get into this and let's see what is happening. So obviously we had Coventry versus Birmingham on Friday evening. My team, Birmingham, obviously in that game, 0-0. I did watch this game. I did actually do a live watch along over on the Blues Focus TV YouTube channel. So if you would like to see some of them, you'd like to see me live more often, then go over to their YouTube channel, Blues Focus TV. They do a lot of good content over there. They're doing watch alongs now. They've got a new career mode series that I'm doing over there, which is Birmingham City past and present, not just Birmingham City like my usual one on my YouTube. And obviously they do watch alongs as well, which I've been doing. I think I already mentioned that. And they do a podcast there as well, where they been getting some good guests recently. They got Marlon King, they got Gary McSheffrey. They're talking about getting Paul Robinson, I'm pretty sure. So it's all looking good over there. So if you haven't seen them, you don't know who they are, go and check them out. Even if you're not a Blues fan, it is some good content. And obviously you can see more of me, which is the most important thing. But yeah, so obviously Coventry versus Birmingham. Very interesting game. I mean, I think Birmingham just about were the better team, although Coventry did have some good spells. I think Jukovic could have had a hat-trick, which is quite frustrating. I do think Birmingham are a good striker away from being a decent team. But obviously Coventry played decent. They in the first half, I think they were the better team. The second half, Birmingham as the better team. Something that, as a Birmingham fan, which really frustrated me, was the lack of substitutions. Because obviously you're allowed 5 substitutions now, and we only made 1. We're 0-0 against Coventry, a team we probably should be aiming to beat if we want to do decent. We're 0-0 against Coventry. We're the better team. We're on top. Why not make a substitution and try and go for it and proper go for it? It just didn't make any sense to me, and it kind of frustrated me in that respect. But other than that, I think it was a decent point in the end. I mean, away from home, a point is a point. Do you know what I mean? So you can't really moan for a point away from home. Anyway, next up is Bournemouth versus Reading, which I think, obviously, if Reading has lost this, knocks them off top of the league. Whoa! Reading are down in 6th after being top of the league after losing their last 4 games. So they won 7. They were unbeaten in their first 8, and then they've lost their next 4, and now are down in 6th place, which is crazy. This win also sees Bournemouth go up to 2nd, and losing 1 game all season so far, which is pretty crazy. A good comeback from them to be from being 2-0 down at half time to come back and win 4-2 is pretty good. Making it 2-2 within 15 minutes of the second half, restarting, and then 3-2, and then just to seal it off in the last minute, Solanke getting an 88th minute winner. Very good win for them. Was it a good goal? I haven't actually seen it, to be honest. Was it a good goal? I'll have to have a look at that after. Then next up is Barnsley versus Nottingham. Barnsley stealing it late on, and I think Barnsley are in good form now after me taking the piss out of them for doing shit. They're in decent form, and yeah, winning 4 of the last 5. Fair play to them. They're doing very decent. All 4 of their wins have come in their last 5 games, so very, very fair play to them. Obviously, my team now below them after I predicted Barnsley to go down. We're down in 17th now, which is awful from us. But yeah, very, very decent from Barnsley to be up there. Nottingham would be very disappointed by losing that. I think when you come against Barnsley, you want to be winning. As much as they are obviously doing decent, you just think, yeah, we want to be beating Barnsley. He's one of the teams we want to be beating if we want to do well in this league. And then Nottingham all the way down in 20th place. And that, seeing Coventry down there, just kind of pisses me off more that we didn't beat them. With only 8 points before they played us. It just pisses me off more that we didn't beat them and go all out for it. But like I said, a point away from home is a point away from home. You can't really moan about it. Next up was Bristol City versus Derby. A very good win for Bristol. Obviously, Derby still doing very awful down at the bottom of the league, losing the last 3 games as well. It doesn't look like it's going to improve anytime soon. Now below Wycombe and Sheffield, who had a points deduction, which is awful form from Derby. Like, literally, you're below the team that had a points deduction and Wycombe, who have been the standout, like, bad team so far this season, obviously, other than Derby. But obviously, the team that played Bristol, obviously aren't a shit team, aren't a bad team at all. Bristol are a very good team, and I think they'll be very happy to get that win there, to see them keeping up with the big boys in Bournemouth, Norwich, and Watford, and obviously Swansea get chucked in there as well. By the way, can we just point out that Swansea have only conceded 7 goals so far. Middlesbrough only conceded 6. That is pretty crazy. Only 6 goals conceded for Middlesbrough. That is nuts in 12 games. Fair play to them. And to think they almost got back to the Prem with Lampard as manager a few seasons. I mean, that is pretty crazy actually. Yeah, you don't think about that. They literally were almost in the Premier League not long ago. Unfortunately, they lost to Villa, which is so. I remember watching that game and I was so annoyed. It was only 1-0, and I was so annoyed. Like, what are you doing, Derby? Just fucking fix up. But hey ho, what can you do? I think if Villa lost that game, they'd still be in the Championship now. They would have gone further. They would have got worse and worse. Grealish would have left, and that was it. That was it. If Villa lost that game, Grealish would have left, and they would be awful now. But what can you do? Although with the money from Grealish, they probably could have built a decent team. Next up was Luton versus Blackburn. Probably a game you'd expect to finish in a draw. With Luton being a very good team this season, starting very, very well. A lot better than a lot of people probably thought they would. And Blackburn, again, been a very good team this season, scored a lot of goals. Still the league's top goal scorers, down in 14th place, which is insane. Middlesbrough losing actually to Norwich. Very good win for Norwich there. Away at Middlesbrough, like I said, Middlesbrough don't concede many goals, so to go there and beat them 1-0 is very, very good. Norwich now top of the league, which you wouldn't really think that from what you've been hearing of them. You wouldn't think, oh, they should be top of the league. You don't really hear about them that much, but top of the league they are. You're hearing about Reading, you're hearing about Watford, you're hearing about Bournemouth a lot, but Norwich, they're kind of just flying under the radar, and now they're top of the league. So that is indeed Sam Gallagher for Blackburn, mate. That is indeed very awful striker. I remember him from his Blues times. Was not a fan of him at all. He was not the best striker in the world at all. Next up was Millwall versus Cardiff. Again, you probably end up think it would be a draw. Millwall being some of the draw merchants in the Championship, along with Middlesbrough. And then Cardiff, obviously, not having the greatest start to the season, but not doing too bad, so you expect a draw there from them too. Preston versus Sheffield, a good win for Preston there. I never know how to say his name, Bar Cuizen, getting the goal in the 48th minute to beat Sheffield Wednesday. Again, as a Preston fan, you'd be thinking, yeah, we need to be beating Sheffield if we want to do well this season, and so they have. I think they'll be happy with that win. Sheffield, obviously, not started too bad, to be honest, but obviously with the 6 points deduction, not looking too good. Although, to be fair, they'd still be around here, even if they didn't have the 6 points deduction, so not the best start in the world for them. Next up is QPR versus Watford. A decent draw there for QPR, and Watford probably be kicking themselves that they didn't win that game. QPR down in 18th place and Watford up in 5th. That Watford could have gone top of the league with that win. But unfortunately for them, they drew, meaning they stayed down in 5th place. It's very tight up at the top there after, I mean, Reading were running away from it, really. But then they lost the next 4 games, so it's a bit tight up there now. I mean, like 7th place, Stoke City are 1 win away from going top, so that's what we need to see. Next up was Stoke versus Huddersfield, just talking about Stoke. 4-3. What a game that is. Huddersfield initially taking the lead, and then Stoke come back with 2 Campbell goals, who looks like a great player, by the way. Looks like an absolutely unreal player. Then Benza makes it 2-2. Then Stearman makes it 3-2. Kalukas makes it 4-2. And Sar makes it 4-3. And I bet those last 30 minutes for Stoke City fans were fucking agony. Were absolute agony. It's crazy how there's like 7 goals in the first hour, and in the last half an hour is just nothing. Mental that happens, isn't it? But yeah, great win for Stoke there. Like seeing them go 3 points off the top of the league. After the seasons they've had in the Championship, they'll be definitely happy with that. I can definitely say that. And Huddersfield down in 16th place. Not the best start to the season, but not the worst start to the season. I'd say that's a pretty even start, to be honest. 4 wins, 2 draws, and 6 losses. Not the worst thing in the world. So yeah, I'd probably expect Stoke to win that as well. So nothing too crazy there. And Stoke versus Rotherham, very good win. No, not Stoke. Swansea versus Rotherham, very good win for Swansea there. Seeing them jump up to 4th place, keep up their decent start to the season. And Rotherham again, another one of those teams that you want to be beating if you're an opposition fan. If you want to do well this season, you've got to be beating teams like Rotherham, Nottingham, all these teams down there. You've got to be beating. So Swansea will be very happy with that. And last but not least, Wycombe versus Brentford. Wycombe keeping up their good form after their draw, 2 wins, a loss. Keeping up their decent form with another draw against Brentford. Not a bad team, obviously, almost went up last season. Brentford unbeaten in 5 as well, to be fair to them, although 4 of them being draws. Brentford again, we probably want to be winning that, but Wycombe seems to be turning the corner now. And actually might survive, I think. Now up in 22nd, only 1 point from safety. 4 points behind Nottingham and Rotherham. I think they might be okay now. I did actually predict them to stay up, so I'm hoping they do. Right, so that's all there is to say about the Championship. We will move over to Gaffa, which is the Championship fantasy football app, and see what we got. So we actually got 60 points. So we got 9 points for Friend with the clean sheet. Something that's on this app which is really good is you can look at what they got the points for. So you got 2 minutes for the minutes played, 2 points for the minutes played, 2 points for the clean sheet, and 2 points for the clean sheet. Friend, he got performance bonus +3, that's pretty good. Bidwell got performance bonus +2. Aaron's got penalty 1 and a performance bonus, that's pretty good from him. Buemo got performance bonus +4. Wallace, yeah, he got a yellow card, so he got -1. Santos Zhao, penalty scored +3. Tony did fuck all. Armstrong did fuck all. And Etheridge got a clean sheet. Obviously the same as Woodman, so it wouldn't have mattered either way. So the team there actually was probably a decent team, because no matter who I put on off the bench, it wouldn't have changed anything. So 60 points isn't the worst thing in the world. We'll have a look at how we're doing. So we've actually gone up in the world, so 60 is probably above average right now. We were up to 723rd overall at one point, which is quite annoying that we didn't get any higher than that. We did get 189th one week. Pretty crazy that. I did not know that. 189th out of like a few thousand people was pretty decent, if you ask me. We had 2 great weeks there, to be fair. 2 great weeks. We got 18, and we went down to 35 and 37. Absolutely dreadful. But yeah, so for next week, team selection, next week, how many transfers we got? We got 1 still. Yeah, we got 1 free transfer. So who's got... let's do this first, and we'll choose the transfer after. So Barnsley away, yeah, we're keeping him, although they are in good form. Millwall away and Preston away, yeah, those are all good teams to play away, so we'll keep all them. Blues are playing Luton. Okay, Swansea are playing Sheffield, so we're going to keep all the Swansea players on. Watford are playing Brighton, I think they'll concede there. So we'll take out Nagakia, or how you say his name, and we'll bring on George Friend, wherever he is, there we go. And then we'll keep Sanchez on probably. And bring on, we should probably bring on Aaron's as well. Bring on Aaron's for probably for Friend actually. You know what? Probably for Friend, because I don't think Blues will keep a clean sheet either, to be honest. Do we play him? They're in such bad form. I don't think I want to. Oh, you put in Hardy Dean or Mark Roberts in for Friend. No, because Friend plays on the left as well, and Friend is cheaper. So Friend can play left back as well, so he's more likely to play. Do you get what I'm saying? Because he can play multiple positions, he's more likely to play. Obviously, Hardy Dean's probably more likely to play because he's the captain, but I think he's cheaper, to be honest, as well. And there's no point in swapping out a Blues defender for a Blues defender. I think what we will do is we'll sell. We might sell one of these two actually, Friend or Nagaki. I don't know. Maybe Johnson will be the one that we sell actually. So we've put Olise in for Johnson, Bradley Johnson, and then we make Friend the second one. There we go. I think that's the team we'll probably go for, and then we'll make a transfer obviously now. I think we'll get rid of Bradley Johnson, who is worth 5.4, so not that much. I'll look at some midfielders. We can get Danjuma, that'd be pretty good. Let's look at fixtures. Fixtures. There we go. Let's look at what Bournemouth have got for the next few games. So Bournemouth have got Nottingham, Rotherham, Preston, Barnsley. Yep, Danjuma's going in. I'm not even going to think about it. Danjuma is going in right this second. Have we got enough? Are you taking the piss? We've got 6.8, he's worth 6.9. Oh my lord, that is so annoying. That is so annoying. Oh my god. Oh my god, man. Okay, so maybe we keep Johnson. Wherever he's gone. Where's he gone? He's not that far down, surely. He is? Oh my lord. We'll keep Johnson. Where's Mabuemo in all this? Mabuemo. He's actually doing decent, Mabuemo, so we're not going to sell him either. Maybe we sell Sanchez, you know. How's Sanchez doing? Bella's done better than Sanchez. Yeah, Bella's done better than Sanchez. Where is Sanchez? Yeah, Sanchez is down there. So we're going to sell Sanchez actually. We're going to sell Sanchez to get Danjuma, because he's the best performing midfielder so far this season. Bournemouth got some good fixtures coming up, so that makes sense to me. Save that. Save. I'm very sorry, Sanchez. I'm very, very sorry. Team selection. So Danjuma will probably now be our captain, playing Nottingham next. And then our vice captain will be. Our vice captain will be Jed Wallace, you know, because of how awful Reading are doing right now. And our emergency captain will be Armstrong, I think. There we go. Cool. We'll save that and see what it does next week. Good times. Oh, I like that. Where's that from? Whose is that? Capoff 1GG. Nice. I like that. Right, so that is my Gaffa team for the week. We'll be tweeting that out on Friday, so make sure you're looking out for that. Next up is the Premier League. This is what I got this week. Not the best showing from my team this week, 53. Although the average is 47, but I don't think that's updated. Yeah, Fernandez did well though. Obviously, I had him captain. Would have been better. Would have been nice if he did a bit better, but obviously can't ask for too much. It's obviously not awful. It's not awful what I've done here, but I would have obviously liked to do better, because we had. So basically, when I say it's not awful, I mean him, and him. Everyone else is pretty awful. Kane didn't do awful either, I guess. But yeah. So I might throw up. Oh, get out. Is it because the Villa players, or is it because I shifted it? Okay, so Premier League. Let's see what we did then. So the first game was obviously that Man United West Brom. No, it wasn't. It was Newcastle Chelsea. A very good game for Chelsea, winning 2-0. Nice and comfortable, to be honest. Werner could have had a hat trick. He was playing unreal. Werner actually looks insane. He just needs to get more clinical when he's playing, to be honest. I think he tried to sweaty goal it like twice and messed it up. He missed one-on-ones, and it could have been way more for Chelsea there. So Chelsea were very happy with that. That sees them. That did see them go top for a bit, but obviously now they're back down in third, which is not bad for them at all. I think they'll be more than happy with that. Especially how they've been the last few seasons. Good defensively. They're one of the joint best goal difference in the league. They're like a different beast with Mendy in goal, to be honest. A different beast with Mendy in goal. They don't concede. They score. That's all that matters. Lampard is actually showing that he's actually a really decent manager right now. I did not expect him to do this well. Next up, Brighton versus Aston Villa. A very good win there for Brighton. Obviously, they're one of the teams down here joining in with these teams in the bottom 4. But now they're pulled away a bit after getting that win. Which they'll be very, very happy with. Can I just say, they'll be very, very happy with. Because they will be getting dragged into this relegation fight with all these teams. To go to Aston Villa, who were like fucking 5th or 6th or 4th at the time, to go there and get a win after how good Aston Villa have been this season. After the back of Aston Villa beating Arsenal 3-0, I think they'll be very happy with that. On the Aston Villa side, they'll be very, very disappointed. Obviously, losing Ross Barkley for injury is not good for them either. And I think that was one of the reasons they lost, to be honest. And that is one of the main reasons they did lose that game, because Ross Barkley did get injured. So next up was Tottenham versus Man City. Again, Tottenham winning that game, so now they are top of the league, which is nuts, winning their last 4 games, which again is nuts. Tottenham look like they could be serious title contenders this season under Mourinho. Mourinho knows how to win trophies. I don't think they will win the league, but they're looking very, very good. Do you know what I mean? I still think Liverpool will win the league, but it will be fucking close. I mean, look at it already. Look at it already. It's going to be close. So, but very good win there for Tottenham, beating Man City. Even if Man City are doing shit, it is still a good win to beat Man City. Especially not conceding a goal either. So they'll be very happy with that. And scoring within 5 minutes is nuts. And then last but not least on Saturday was Man United versus West Brom. You still think Man City are going to win the league? No chance, mate. They've got no chance. They're already fucking 8 points behind. No, I think they've got no chance. I think it's Liverpool. I think it's Liverpool or Chelsea, personally. But obviously, if you think that, you can think that. But I don't know. Next was Man U versus West Brom. West Brom with another 1-0 loss, obviously after losing 1-0 against Tottenham as well. Very unfortunate, to be fair, for West Brom. It was a good save from Johnston. Johnston, by the way, had a fucking unreal game. If you haven't seen that game, go and watch the highlights, because Johnston, some of the saves he made in that game were unreal. He actually looks like a very good keeper. I did, but I've changed my mind, mate. I've changed my mind after seeing them now. I changed my mind. But yeah, Man United, very lucky to win that game. Obviously, I'm very happy because Bruno won the pen and took the pen and scored the pen. So I was very happy with that. But West Brom very unlucky there. And to think they've lost their last 2 games, 1-0 against Tottenham and Man U. To be down in 19th, they're going to feel very hard done by. Still without a win in the Premier League this season, which is unfortunate for them. Luckily, they're not as bad as Sheffield, so they're still not bottom. Next up was Fulham versus Everton. Back to winning ways for Everton after a little dip of form after smashing it for so long. And they then had a little dip of form where they drew 1, then lost 3 games in a row. And now back to winning ways, beating Fulham. You would expect them to beat Fulham, to be honest, even if they weren't smashing it, because Fulham look absolutely dreadful this season. So definitely would expect them to beat Fulham. Good to see Calvert-Lewin back on the score sheet as well. But you know what? Fulham put up a decent fight, and Loftus-Cheek definitely another penalty miss for Fulham as well. Another penalty miss for Fulham. It's insane how awful they've been at penalties this season. I think they've had 3 and missed 3, which is incredible. How do you do that? And the way they've missed them as well is insane. Like Lookman's was the shitty chip, and the fact that he just put his hand out. Oh, sorry. Oh god. And then this one as well, he slipped over and he went over. It was just awful. But yeah, that's it. Everton stay in the top 6. Just about, really. Just about. Obviously, West Ham close behind them, and Wolves could overtake. It could overtake them and take a big win. West Ham winning as well against Sheffield. Again, another game you probably expect West Ham to win after Sheffield's horrid start to the season. Absolutely dreadful start to the season for Sheffield. I cannot believe. Like, everyone was saying second season syndrome, yeah. But I was saying it as well, but I did not think it would be this bad. I thought they'd do worse, but not this much worse. Do you think they're basically down already? Do you think they're basically going to go down already? Do you think they're going to turn it around and stay up? Yeah, literally, you could stick fucking Harry Kane in goal and he'd still save it, wouldn't he? It's insane. But yeah, very good win for West Ham. Moving up to 8th, they're doing way better than last season. I think they'll be very happy with that. Some crazy results for them this season. yeah, looking like a decent team. I don't think they'll have any trouble staying up this season at all. Next up was Leeds Arsenal, which I expected there would be quite a few goals in that game. Ended up being a 0-0, quite the opposite. Arsenal going down to 10 men after Pepe headbutted, I think it was Alioski or Click, I don't know. But very, very stupid from him, to be fair. Literally, just off the ball, just turned around, walked into him, went that, sent off. It's literally like, what is the point, mate? You literally don't need to do that at all. And you don't need to get sent off at all. But probably cost his team the win there. Probably, I think if he stayed on, they had 11 men, they probably could have pushed on for the win in the end. But Leeds will be very happy with that. I think if any of Arsenal, Man City, Man U, Chelsea, Liverpool, Tottenham come to your ground and you don't lose, then I think you're happy, in my opinion. So next up was Liverpool versus Leicester. A very good win for Liverpool, beating Leicester, who obviously were very informed before that game. I think Leicester were probably expecting to lose that game, so I don't think they were too disheartened because obviously Liverpool are such a good team. I think the only bit of hope they're going from is how many injuries Liverpool have had and do have. So yeah, I just think it was a decent win for Liverpool. I mean, to beat Leicester 3-0 was always going to be good. So yeah, next up was the two games today. Burnley versus Crystal Palace. Burnley's first win of the season, massive for them, absolutely massive. Takes them out of the bottom three as well. So now Fulham are back in the bottom three, and to beat Crystal Palace, who have started quite decent, to be fair, started all right in this Premier League season. To beat them, I think they'll be very happy with that, and to keep a clean sheet as well. After they've conceded 12 goals in 8 games, and when usually they're so good defensively, I think there would be nothing better than that for them. And then last but not least, will be Wolves versus Southampton. I've just realised Neto has scored, who I do actually have in my fantasy team, which is beautiful. Coming off the bench to score. Walcott scored another goal, so that's still going on currently. Probably will be finished by the time we finish this. But 1-1 is probably you probably expect that. Maybe you'd be expecting Southampton to win actually because of how good they've been doing. But Wolves are also in decent form recently as well, although they did lose their last game. So it's a bit of a toss-up really. I think a draw is probably going to be the right result for both of them, to be honest. Southampton keeping their push on the top 4. Oh, sorry about that. And Wolves continuing their push for Europa League again. And that is it for the Premier League. We are now going to look at our FPL team. We have been eyeing up, I will tell you, we have been eyeing up using our one of these in recent weeks, possibly free hit. We have been eyeing that up. We'll have to wait and see what kind of fixtures everyone has before we do it. And looking at the fixtures already, it does look like we might do it this week because there are a lot of teams have hard fixtures. The only one that doesn't have a hard fixture is Vardy. Hard fixture, hard fixture, hard fixture, hard fixture, hard fixture. How long is he injured for? 25%. Oh god. Hard fixture, hard fixture, hard fixture. They will concede. Hard fixture. Hard fixture. Yeah. So I think, you know what, free hit is going to be played this week. We're going to get rid of Zaha permanently, but then we're going to do free hit after that. So we'll. I think it just is anyway. So we'll go play free hit. The free hit chip is played when confirming your transfers and can be used once a season. It allows you to make unlimited free transfers for a single game week. At the next deadline, your squad is returned to how it was at the start of the game week. Please note the free hit cannot be cancelled once confirmed. Okay. So do you know what? That is what we're going to do. We're going to do the free hit and we're going to have the best team possible for next week. So we're going to go. We're going to take everyone out except for Vardy, because Vardy is definitely going to stay in. Remove player. Cool. Why didn't those last two get removed? There we go. Yeah, except for Vardy, because they've got fucking Fulham, so they're going to do well. So I think I'm going to have a few Leicester players in here. Hey CG, you're back. Good to see you back, mate. Right, so we're going to be looking at the fixtures as well, really. So West Ham have Villa. Villa have West Ham. Who do Wolves have? Wolves have Arsenal. So there we go. So we can do search by goalkeepers. There we go. Goalkeepers. Well, okay, they have Wolves. Okay, they have Leicester. So Schmeichel might be the one. We'll stick Schmeichel in for now, because they definitely might be the one. Who have Burnley got? Fixtures. They've got Man City, so we're not going to be in for Burnley. Southampton have Man U. Leeds have Everton. Liverpool, who did Liverpool have? Liverpool have Brighton away. Who did West Brom have? West Brom versus Sheffield. Oh, that's a big game for those two teams. Okay. So Liverpool will have Brighton. So we're gonna have one Liverpool and Leicester players probably at the moment. Liverpool and Leicester. So we'll literally go for Liverpool, and we will look at. Is Salah injured? Okay. We'll look at getting Robertson. We'll look at getting. Harson might be one I go for permanently, you know. He's doing really well, isn't he? And he's probably going to play against Brighton. We're going to go for Hatta because he's cheaper as well. Hatta. And then we're going to look at Leicester as well. Leicester. So Leicester probably one. Who they're playing again? They're playing Fulham. Vardy has 61 points so far. He's nuts. So we can go for a midfielder or a defender. I don't really know who to go for there. I think we can go for Justin. Yeah, I think we go for Justin there. Cool. So then it's about who else we think would do well. So let's look at midfielders. So Tottenham have Chelsea. Man U have Southampton. So again, I think we will stick him in. As much as Southampton are a decent team, I think we will stick him back in. Aston Villa. Who do they have? They have West Ham. West Ham are doing decent at the moment. But I think if anyone was going to score, it would be Grealish. So we will keep him in as well. Zaha's injured, so we won't keep him. Mane, we've already got 3 Liverpool players, I think. No, we've only got 2. Fornals is doing well this season for West Ham. Who have Leeds got again? Leeds have got Everton away, so that's going to be a bit of a weird one. Rashford, Jorginho, McGinn, Tielemans. Maybe do go for Mane. I'll play it, but we won't have a lot of money left after that. Yeah, so we'll go for Mane, and then we'll go for defenders. And we'll think about who's doing well so far this season for clean sheets. So we'll go Premier League table. Who's conceding the least so far? Goals against 9, Tottenham, but they're playing Chelsea next, who are the top goal scorers. So West Ham only conceded 10, Wolves only conceded 10, Arsenal have only conceded 10. So West Ham, Wolves. Who have Arsenal got? I don't remember who Arsenal have got. Who have they got? Arsenal have got Wolves. So I think Creswell actually. I think Creswell. We're going to go for Creswell. Go for Creswell. I saw you said knock knock, mate. Don't worry. I said knock knock. Welcome back. Thank you. You cheeky bugger. And then strikers. Forwards. I think. So they're playing Leeds, aren't they? At home. And then, well, Leeds at home. I think we're going to go for him. I would like Werner, but I think we have Calvert-Lewin because playing Leeds at home. I could see a few goals in there. Oh, who's there? Sorry, my bad. My bad. And then let's look at West Brom players, you know. Let's look at West Brom players. West Brom. Who's their top scorers? 27, 26. Pereira, Robinson. I think we'll go for Diangana, you know, because they're playing Sheffield United, so go for Diangana in there. And then we need 2 defenders and an attacker. So maybe we go for an attacker as well. In Callum Robinson. And then we need 2 defenders and a goalkeeper. So goalkeeper. It was Wolves, wasn't it? It was Wolves, Arsenal, and West Ham. Yeah, so we'll go for Fabianski as the goalkeeper, as our other goalkeeper, and we'll go for It's a hard one to know who's going to keep a clean sheet this week. I could see Arsenal Wolves being a 0-0, you know. I could see Arsenal Wolves being a 0-0. So maybe go for an Arsenal and a Wolves defender. We'll go for Bellerin, which leaves us with 2.8, which is not enough at all, is it? Yeah, we'll go for Bellerin, and who else do we want to go for before we try and make changes? So we'll go for Bellerin, and then Wolves, and we'll go for Kilman. So we only need another 2 point something. So chuck Kilman in there. So we need to find 1.5 from somewhere. So obviously Mane is straight away the one that I'm looking at. But if I take out Mane, who else am I going to have? So we can take out Mane, and we've got 10.6 to get a midfielder. Midfielders for 10.7. So this is some, but they're playing Chelsea. Rodriguez, they're playing Everton. They're playing Leeds. Bowen, they're playing Villa. So maybe we get rid of Robertson instead. Restore, no, not restore player. I want to add Mane. Split replacement. Mane. We got 5.6 mil to get a defender. So we go 5.7. And we go defenders. Right. So. Okay. 5 points. Right, Liverpool defenders. Liverpool. Who else they got? Matip, who's only 5.4, and he will play, I'm pretty sure. With information, he played the last game, didn't he? Played the last game. Did he play 90 minutes against Man City, 90 minutes against Leicester. He kept clean sheet against Leicester, to be fair to him. So, I think we're going to go for Matip. Yeah, I think we're going to go for Matip. That makes sense. Sorted. That is the team we're going to go for. We have got 0.2 remaining. Which I guess could be used in another area, but I think that's probably good enough for me. We'll make transfers. We have to make sure we use free hit. Okay, play free hit. Yep, play free hit. There we go. Confirm transfers. Beautiful. So there may be some changes. I said who's there? I got a knock. A knock? A knock. Pick team. Right, so we want to... Who do we want? Yeah, we want Schmeichel and goal instead of Fabianski, so we'll switch. Yeah. Okay, so we go switch with him. Switch. Cool, and then for defenders we want him on instead of... Callum Robinson for now. I think we want... And we're going to use bench boost as well anyway, so it doesn't even matter. Can we use bench boost, or can you only use one? You only use one at a time. I think you can only use one at a time. Yeah, I think you can only use one at a time, which is unfortunate because I would have used it for this. So I think we'll, yeah, these two need to play. He needs to play. I think he should play as well. I think we'll take him off for Potter. And you know what, we're going to switch Matip for Creswell. And then we'll have Creswell as the, yeah, and then we'll have that. And that's what we're going to go for, I think. And that's the team we're going to go for there. The stream has crashed. No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't. I don't believe you. And we look. Oh, it has? Oh, shit. What is with it today, man? It's so dead. That means that the Rosa podcast is going to be in 2 as well. What is wrong with my internet today? There we go, we're back. What a piece of shit. Well, thank you for highlighting the messages to tell me. I appreciate that, my guy. I think that's what we're going to go for there. I think my captain is going to be Vardy, for definite. And my vice captain is going to be Mane, make vice captain. That is good to me. Save your team. Perfect. I'm annoyed that you can't use bench booster. That is very annoying to me, but not much you can do about that. Alright, so that is my not my Gaffa team. That is my FPL team for the week ahead. Yeah, those two. Okay, so that ended 1-1. That was good to know. That's what I wanted to check. I can see your ugly face again now. Thanks, mate. I appreciate you. I love you too. Right, so that's my FPL team for the week. So then, all there is some Champions League games going on as well. Very black screen. Shut up, man. Man U versus them. Istanbul, Basak, blah blah. They beat Man U last time actually, but Man U at home this time. I think Man U are going to beat them. I'm going to say 3-0 to Man U. Then we have PSG versus Leipzig, an interesting game. Leipzig did beat them last time, so I think PSG will score 2. I think Leipzig will score 1. Kiev versus Barca. They only lost 2-1 to Barca before. They're not doing too bad actually. Kiev not doing too awful. Then Barca are in a 3-game win streak in the Champions League, so that's pretty decent for them. After losing 8-2 earlier in the year. I think we'll go for a goal. I think we're going to go for a 2-0 win for Barca. A 3-0 win, I think, actually. And then Bournemouth versus Nottingham. I think Bournemouth are going to win this. 8k nil. You're accused of 8,000 nil. That's crazy. That's crazy, mate. 8,000 nil. Bournemouth versus Nottingham. I think Bournemouth are going to win this. And I think it's going to be I think they're going to score 3 and Nottingham are going to score. I think it's going to be 2-0. 2-0, yeah, I think it's going to be 2-0. Then Preston versus Blackburn. Preston winning their last game. Preston, this is going to be an interesting one. Blackburn. I think that's going to be a 2-1 to Preston. Or maybe a 1-1. It's going to be a 1-1, yeah, a 1-1. And then Barnsley versus Nottingham. Barnsley versus Brentford, sorry, in good form, Barnsley. Except for the Cardiff game. I was not conceding many goals either, which is good from them. 0-0, 0-0, 0-0, 1-1, 3-0, 1-1, 3-2. I think that has got a... oh, that's a hard one, you know. I think it's going to be 1-0 to Barnsley, you know. 1-0 to Barnsley. Or is it going to be 1-1? I think it's going to be 1-1 actually. 1-1. Cool. Submit. Beautiful. That is my Super 6 predictions for the week. Beautiful. So, that is, unfortunately, going to be the end of the Rosa podcast for this week. And the end of the stream, actually. So, I hope you enjoyed. It was a bit annoying about the stream keeps on crashing. I don't know why it was doing that. I do not know why at all. But stuff you got to put up with when you're a part-time streamer. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Anyway, thank you for being here the whole time, CG. I do appreciate you a lot. And like I always say, if you're watching this on YouTube, come and check out my Twitch. You can see these live. You can see some Foot Champs live. You can see Career Mode live. You can see Call of Duty Zombies, Football Manager soon as well. All the good stuff live. And if you're watching on YouTube, please leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you soon in a bit.